Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on a Daybreak Plus on KVUE Plus, streaming free on your TV. I'm Rob Evans alongside meteorologist Casey Sherman and Hannah Rucker as always. And we're beginning with a hot, muggy day again as you step out the door. It's this little close, as they call it.
Yeah, I mean, this is the week I think we're really going to start to feel more like summer, especially as we head into the weekend. We're going to kind of also look at a little bit more of a summer-like pattern compared to what we had last week, which of course was very spring-like with multiple rounds of severe storms. This week turning drier and turning hotter. Here we go. We are talking about that heat making a comeback back into middle and even upper 90s for some today. A little bit of a cloudy sky out across at least the downtown area. Some of us waking up to some sunshine. We'll be looking at some clouds to start, but I do anticipate a good amount of sunshine through this afternoon today. Temperatures out at the airport at 73 degrees. We're at 74 for Camp Mabry right now. Those dew points up there in the lower 70s. We're feeling the mugginess with those winds that'll be back into the south for today. Currently off to this dry start as we take a look at a radar, and this week again is going to be a much drier week overall. We've got what's just going to be a quiet forecast for your Monday. You won't have any rain or storms to worry about. Good news, of course, for those that still continue with those cleanup efforts from the storms that we had last week. Today will be dry, some passing clouds and building high-level clouds by this afternoon as highs reach near 96 degrees. I am tracking the return of some showers and storms. This won't be until tomorrow and Wednesday, but again, rain chances overall this week going to be much lower. Some of us do have the potential of seeing some strong severe storms for tomorrow afternoon and evening. I'll show you where coming up in just a bit.
Thanks so much, Casey. Good Monday morning to you, Central Texas. It is 7:03. We're kicking off the month of June, which is cuckoo craziness. The year is just flying by, and hope y'all are doing okay. It sounds like we were able to get just about everyone's power back on after that nasty storm last week, and a lot of folks sitting in the dark and the heat for several days. Looking a lot better right now. Taking a live look out at 71 at Riverside Drive, all clear there. Still looking really good in Pflugerville and North Austin and Round Rock. We had a couple crashes much earlier in the morning, but things are looking pretty good out there if you are slipping out right now at the 7 a.m. hour. Slowdowns as always coming in from Buda at 28 miles per hour. Noticing some stop and go approaching the South Austin terminal as well. Slowdowns on Manor as well, in Manor on 290 in the westbound lanes if you're coming to visit us here in Austin today. Round Rock also seeing some stop and go southbound, but like I said, not too bad. We had a couple crashes earlier in the Walnut Forest area. That's all cleared up. So right now we're really just kind of stuck with the morning rush and a little bit of construction here and there. But that's life in Austin after all. Mopac hasn't gone evil on us yet. Real sleepy out there under 15 minutes. And that'll get you from Lewis Henna to the downtown area right now.
Well, 2 people are dead from a house fire in central East Austin. Arson investigators trying to figure out what happened. This was on a Pecan Springs Road near East 51st and Springdale Road. And you see right there where the map is. And Austin Fire says they got called here to the house fire about 1:30 a.m. When they got there, they found that 75% of the house was involved. They were able to crawl in through a window and bring 1 person out, but 2 others who were inside the house, a man and a woman. They did CPR on them, but those 2 people died. AFD said they don't know the ages of the victims or if the cause of their death was due to smoke or fire. Now they said the arson investigators will take over as they have not determined, again, the cause of the fire yet. They're expecting to be out there, though, for a while this morning.
And it is 7:05 on this Monday morning. Let's go ahead and take a live look out at the Texas State Capitol because, of course, today is the last day of the regular legislative session. It is the last day for lawmakers to try to send any bills to the governor's desk. So an immigration enforcement bill is heading to the governor's desk. The House gave final approval on Senate Bill 8 yesterday. It requires sheriffs in some counties to enter into agreements with ICE. SB 8 also gives counties funding to comply with President Donald Trump's executive orders. Before the vote, State Representative A.J. Louderback of Southeast Texas expressed support for the bill. He is a former sheriff.
I tell you, it saved lives. It put criminals behind bars, and we properly vetted each person that came before it. ICE was involved in that, and those kind of people need to be deported or handled appropriately.
Thank you.
Democratic State Representative Ramon Romero Jr. opposed the bill. He asked lawmakers to think about how this bill could negatively affect their communities.
Today, when you look at the immigration enforcement that's going on around our country, I know y'all see it on Instagram or whatever source, and you see that young kids are crying as their mother or father gets deported. I can't think of the weight that those poor kids and the trauma they're going to take with them.
The bill passed the House with 89 ayes and 52 nays.
Well, a bill that expands who qualifies for the state's medical marijuana program is headed to the governor's desk. The Texas House voted Sunday to advance House Bill 46. It includes chronic pain and traumatic brain injuries to the list of qualified ailments. Lawmakers say this is a big win for veterans.
The Senate has agreed in almost every case to take House Bill 46 the way we sent it in the first place.
And this may actually, in a lot of instances, at least with veterans, this may decrease opioid addiction by passing this law.
Now, the bill passed almost unanimously, 138 to 1. Now, the state budget is now headed to the Comptroller, Glenn Hagar. The House and Senate approved the budget over the weekend. The $338 billion budget determines funding for the next 2 years. It's $17 billion more than the 2023 budget. $149 billion will go towards things like teacher pay and improvements to state water infrastructure. $51 billion will go towards maintaining and providing new property tax cuts. Hagar needs to verify there's enough money to cover the planned spending.
And 7:08 on this Monday morning, one person is in the hospital after a shootout with Austin police officers in North Austin. It happened around 11:15 Saturday night on West Anderson Lane near North Lamar Boulevard there. Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis says it started when officers tried to pull over a driver of a stolen car. Well, she says the driver took off, then hit another car, causing it to spin into traffic. As you see the result of that there, one person in that car was taken to the hospital for back pain. Chief Davis says the suspect then tried to run away and shot at officers. That is when officers fired back.
It's safe to say the city of Austin, we are very fortunate tonight that we are not reporting on an officer being shot or an officer being killed. And I want to say that the officers again acted very bravely. A situation where they're being fired upon and they took action.
The suspect is in custody at a local hospital. And from local news to national news, a big story today. New details this morning about a possible terror attack in Boulder, Colorado. Several people injured during a pro-Israel event. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details this morning.
This morning, multiple people are hospitalized with burns after an attack in Boulder, Colorado.
There's multiple mixed reports about if people are on fire now. We're getting lots of 911 calls.
Police say a suspect used a makeshift flamethrower to spray flames into a crowd at a pro-Israel event while shouting "Free Palestine." The event, a walk to raise awareness about Israeli hostages held by Hamas since the October 7th attacks.
It's very scary and it's a huge shock. It's a big thing that, sadly we've experienced before, but it's really scary and it's really upsetting that it's happening in Boulder.
The victims were all taken to the hospital, including one person with serious injuries.
When I saw fire, I saw people falling and screaming and crying and tripping.
Authorities identified the suspect as 45-year-old Mohammed Sabri Solomon. The Boulder County DA says decisions about what charges to file and in which courts will be made in the coming days. The incident is what federal law enforcement officials are calling a targeted terror attack.
Sadly, attacks like this are becoming too common across the country.
This latest attack comes at a time of heightened violence, including high-profile incidents against the Jewish community. Last month, 2 Israeli embassy staffers were shot and killed while leaving an event at a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C. And in Pennsylvania, a man was arrested after allegedly throwing bottles full of gasoline into the home of Governor Josh Shapiro on the first night of Passover. New data shows more than 9,300 anti-Semitic incidents across the U.S. last year, marking an 893% increase in anti-Semitism over the past 10 years. Boulder's Jewish community put out a joint statement saying in part, quote, "Our hearts go out to those who witnessed this horrible attack and prayers for a speedy recovery to those who were injured." Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
7:11 right now, and the CDC is increasing its warning about the measles for travelers. A report released Wednesday warns the measles can spread in settings like airports, train stations, and public transportation. Now, since the beginning of the year, the CDC has received at least 62 reports of travelers who were contagious while flying in the U.S. The agency recommends Americans postpone travel plans if they cannot get the MMR vaccine before departing. And more measles cases are popping up right here in Central Texas. Friday, the Texas Department of State Health Services reported 6 measles cases in Williamson County. Local health officials say they're only reporting 2 lab-confirmed cases right now. DSHS says the other 4 are people who showed symptoms and are associated with those 2 patients.
So those most at risk are those who are immune compromised. So we're talking about the elderly, the pregnant women, and of course the younger kids, particularly the infants, those who are 6 months and younger who have not received or cannot receive the vaccine just yet. A majority of the cases have been affecting children and teenagers, mostly under the age of 18, and those who are not vaccinated for the measles.
Now, the most common symptoms for measles are fever, cough, rash, red, watery eyes, runny nose. You can also develop into small white spots inside the mouth and throat. Health officials say the virus spreads through the air and can live on surfaces or in the air for up to 2 hours.
The Department of Agriculture backed off a proposed rule to strengthen those standards for raw poultry. Consumer Reports breaks down what this means for your family and how to prevent food poisoning in your own kitchen.
Each year, more than 1.3 million Americans get sick from salmonella, and chicken and turkey are often to blame. The problem isn't going away. Brian Ronholm, Food Policy Director at Consumer Reports, says that's exactly why stronger regulations are needed now more than ever.
So when infections keep rising year after year, it's very clear that the current system isn't equipped to handle this issue adequately.
In 2022, Consumer Reports found salmonella in nearly 1/3 of the ground chicken it tested, and in some turkey samples, too. The results pointed to serious gaps in federal food safety oversight. To address ongoing concerns, last year the USDA proposed a rule aimed at making poultry safer. It would have classified some salmonella-contaminated poultry as adulterated, which could have forced recalls and kept unsafe products off store shelves. But now the agency is backing down.
So unfortunately, what this means is the burden shifts to the consumer. The consumer is the one that has to figure out how best to protect their family from foodborne illness. And that's unfair when you consider everything that a consumer has to deal with on a daily basis.
With that in mind, there are ways you can lower your risk of salmonella right now. At the market, keep raw meat in a disposable bag and separate from ready-to-eat foods. At home, thaw meat in the refrigerator, not on the counter, and place it on a plate or a bowl to catch any drippings. In the kitchen, avoid cross-contamination. Don't rinse raw poultry, wash your hands and utensils with hot soapy water, and use separate cutting boards for meat and produce. And most importantly, always cook chicken and turkey to 165 degrees Fahrenheit. A meat thermometer is the only way to be sure. You can buy a Consumer Reports top-rated digital meat thermometer for under $20. Simple steps that can make a big difference in keeping your family safe.
Brian Mays, thank you very much for that report. Appreciate that. A heads up, if you live in Wimberley, another fox tested positive for rabies. Hayes County Sheriff's Office deputies say they found a fox showing signs of unusual behavior on Thursday near Palo Pinto Path. That's in a neighborhood near Cypress Creek. And if that sounds familiar, well, that's because early last month, a different rabid fox bit someone. We talked to a lieutenant with the Sheriff's Office a couple of weeks ago, and he says the trend is concerning. Take a listen.
From what I was told, historically, I don't know how long ago, but there was like an outbreak of rabid foxes, and then the state got that under control. And what we're concerned about now is this coming back?
Now, if you think you or your pet made contact with a rabid animal, you can contact your local animal control agency. And prices are on the rise at major retailers like Walmart. ABC's Allison Cossack shows us how court battles over President Donald Trump's tariffs are costing consumers.
This morning, price increases at Walmart going viral online, despite President Trump pushing the pause button on some tariffs. People sharing photos of sharp price hikes. Business Insider highlighting this Jurassic World T-Rex toy, the price jumping from about $40 to $55. This doll now costing nearly $50, up from about $35 in March. And this fishing reel now costing nearly $84 compared to around $58 in April, a 45% jump. Walmart saying it will keep prices as low as it can for as long as it can. Other retailers like Target, Costco, and Best Buy feeling the pressure, warning they plan to hike prices in the coming weeks to offset tariffs.
Different companies are doing different things. They are making decisions based on their customers.
President Trump's economic advisors emphasized Sunday they're not concerned about the recent court order declaring many of the administration's tariffs illegal, a ruling an appeals court has put on hold for now. Trump yesterday posting, "If the courts somehow rule against us on tariffs, which is not expected, that would allow other countries to hold our nation hostage with their anti-American tariffs that they would use against us. This would mean the economic ruination of the United States of America." Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says Trump has authorities to implement tariffs on China and other countries, even if the courts intervene.
Rest assured, tariffs are not going away.
The 90-day pause on implementing most tariffs is set to expire next month. Meanwhile, Trump late Friday announced a 50% tariff on imported steel, a move that could mean higher prices on everything from cars to canned drinks. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
I was kind of shocked to see those numbers, though. I mean, the fishing reels and 45% spike, that's a lot.
I know. It's like you have to double glance everything these days.
Yeah.
Even just going to HEB, man. I'm trying to be
No,
more
I
selective.
know.
I'm like, okay, I'm only doing this much produce.
Price comparing, I mean, like eggs are way up, and yeah, it's just how it goes.
It's crazy town. And speaking of, I know once again our community is still very much in cleanup mode from last week. You know, some people hit pretty hard, some not so much. And this week it looks like we're mainly just going to be focusing on this heat creeping in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is good for the cleanup efforts
Yeah.
because we've got chances for showers and storms lower, but yeah, it's going to be hot.
Looking at your traffic map right now, seeing there's some little slowdown in Buda. Do we have time to talk about that?
Yeah, we can talk about it. Let's take a look at our speeds if y'all want to pop it up. So yeah, we definitely have some stop and go in the southbound lanes coming in from Round Rock. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. And then Manor also seeing that stop and go in the westbound lanes. And then Buda, you know, it's Budaing. That's life in South Austin, right?
I was going to draw it for you, but I didn't have time. There you go.
Oh, it's okay.
There it is right there.
As you can see there. And then, of course, also towards the South Austin terminal, seeing some stop and go there on 183. So already feeling those slowdowns as well, heading out the door this morning. So, and I'll tell you what, obviously a lot of the kids got off of school as of last Friday. So we're in summertime mode, but you know, we still have so much growth happening across our region. So we're feeling that traffic year round.
And feeling that heat for the next 7 months, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably, it's funny, everyone I talk to since I'm new here, they're like, oh, how do you like the heat? And then it's always like, oh, it's pretty hot. They're like, well, it's only going to get worse. That's what I hear from everyone. It's only going to get worse.
Find a swimming pool and a popsicle, sweetie, and hang on tight.
Why do you gotta say that?
I know, I feel bad too, because every Friday some nasty storm sneaks in. She's like, dang it, man. Yeah, it's constant.
Busy.
Well, thank you all again for watching Daybreak Plus. We appreciate it. We've got another quick weather and traffic update coming at you for our TV audience. Then we'll be back with more local news for you right here on KVUE Plus. Goodbye, everybody.
Good Monday morning, Central Texas. We are kicking off a brand new work week around here and a brand new month. Happy June, everyone. We're just cruising right along, taking a live look out right now. We had a couple crashes much earlier this morning, but seeing a lot of improvements out there. But I'll tell you what, just kind of our general slowdowns in some of our typical areas here. So Round Rock still seeing a little bit of stop and go out near Old Settlers. Manor seeing some slowdowns as well on 290. Neither of those have any active crashes. So just kind of like I said, the morning rush here. Buda 25 miles per hour with some early morning construction, of course, and also still seeing a little bit of a slowdown in the northbound lanes approaching the South Austin terminal. So good morning to you there. If you have an early morning flight, always a good idea to slip out early. Under 40 minutes if you are traveling in from Buda today. Southbound on I-35, 20 minutes will get you to 183, and then some of that typical stop and go approaching downtown Austin today. Mopac is looking fantastic. We're having a good day there. Of course, ongoing construction, but 15 minutes across the board will get you from Lewis Henna to downtown today. All right, Casey, are you cranking up the heat over there or what?
I'm not trying to do it, but you know it is going to be hot this week, especially by the weekend. We're trending into what's going to be a more summer-like pattern, very appropriate here as we kick off the month of June. Notice across Central Texas and really much of Texas, the Lone Star State, we are currently dry. We're heading into a dry day today. Cloudy sky right now, temperatures sitting in those middle 70s, but we will start to see the return of some sunshine, and that'll help heat things up. Look for a sunny sky through about 2-3 o'clock this afternoon with some high clouds building in later on. No showers, no storms today. We crank it up to 96 degrees for high temperature, 97 for Llano today. Some middle 90s out across the coastal plains as winds to the southeast making it feel sticky. Showers and storms return tomorrow and tomorrow evening along some additional chances on Wednesday, and then we're all about the heat as we head into the weekend.
All right, good morning. Thanks for watching Daybreak Plus here on KVUE Plus. A lot of pluses for us. I'm Brian Mays.
And I'm Ivana. I guess, Jim, am I the minus?
It's better than a minus. You're right. Plus is better than a minus.
Meteorologist Casey Sherman's here. We have Hannah Rucker here looking at traffic. Is traffic kind of heating up right now?
Okay, it was earlier this morning, but it's looking a lot better out there. And I think also with the kids being let out, fingers crossed we can enjoy summer a little bit. We'll see.
Slower, hopefully. We're definitely going to be feeling like summer by the end of this week. We're talking about pluses. We're plussing things up. The weather, these temperatures, I mean, a lot of us are going to see, the triple digits make a comeback by this upcoming weekend. So we knew it was coming. It is June. We are in the start of the meteorological summer, and we're heading into a very summer-like pattern, especially after the very active pattern, spring-like pattern we had last week. Cloudy skies, we take a look outside. Temperatures right now, we're currently very warm. We're hot today by this afternoon with some storms set to return for Tuesday and Wednesday. The thing is, overall this week, those storm chances are going to be much lower than what we had last week. Those severe chances also much lower, so some good news there. Great news that for those that continue with those cleanup efforts from the storms we had last week. And then our attention turns to what is going to be a hot forecast, especially as we head into the end of this week. Out the door right now as we kick off this Monday, we're off to this dry start. Temperatures will be warming on up back into those middle 90s today. Look for mostly sunny sky with some high clouds building by this afternoon. Temperatures across the board, 96 for Mason, 97 Llano. You'll be the hot spot today. 96 for Bastrop, 95 for Giddings. Look for high near 95 for Georgetown and 96 for San Marcos. With that humidity back up, our feels like temperatures ranging anywhere from 98 degrees to as hot as 102 degrees as we reach those peak daytime heating hours in the afternoon. Some showers and storms to help us out with the heat tomorrow and also into Wednesday. I'll show you who will have the better chance of seeing maybe an isolated strong severe storm, and then show you when those 100-degree high temperatures make a comeback. That's coming up in your full 70 forecast in just a bit.
Oh yeah, those triple digits aren't going anywhere. We know them well. It's 7:29 and it is Monday here in Austin, Texas. How are we doing? Y'all doing okay after a weekend? Hopefully you were able to sleep in a little bit. And now it's back to work. Taking a look right now, no issues on 71 near Riverside. Still looking pretty good coming in from North Austin. Some of our typical slowdowns, but here's over at Wells Branch Parkway, not too far from that Pflugerville area this morning. And as you can see, we've got kind of a slow crawl coming in, starting at the 45 toll road, coming in from South Austin. And then it clears up once you get to Slaughter and Bluff Springs, so kind of ebbs and flows. And then a little bit of that stop and go over Lady Bird Lake. Still seeing that approaching the South Austin terminal as well near Burleson. And then also kind of a slow crawl approaching Del Valley on 71 as well. Still have quite a bit of debris across the map from those gusty winds last week. Here's some slowdowns heading towards Round Rock at East Palm Valley. Really not too bad out there. We've certainly seen worse around here.
We certainly have, Hannah. Thank you so much. Okay, USA Today is out with its list of the best Texas beach destinations. An expert panel nominated their 3 picks. Then readers got to decide who the winners are. South Padre Island's Isla Blanca Park takes the #1 spot. That's a beautiful place. Matagorda Beach, the runner-up at #2. Whitecap Beach in Corpus Christi ranked 3rd on this list. 2 Texas state parks also made the list. Mustang Island State Park in Corpus Christi and Galveston Island State Park is number 8 and 9, or they are number 8 and 9 on the list this year. The pictures we're showing do not make you want to go to that specific location.
It's a tough sell with those pictures. I mean,
but, you know.
I looked a little rough riders.
It's a little rough
there.
right there.
Yeah.
There's a little seaweed in some of our beautiful. There are some beautiful Texas beaches,
They're
but there are
beautiful
some.
beach, And you also want to get a nice spot where there's not a lot of random things in the sand. You want it to be nice and clear.
What outside of a dead person? What would be the worst thing you could find on a beach?
Out of a dead person. Weekend at Birdie's.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it with KC.
I agree.
A Band-Aid.
A Band-Aid is the worst thing.
A Band-Aid is pretty vile.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. You know, you don't want to find anything medical related, but a Band-Aid is one thing. You're on a beach, you do not want to run into one.
Yeah, and then also jellyfish. Have you ever been stung?
I have been stung by a jellyfish
you know?
before. Yeah, it was not fun for me.
Yeah, no, it's not good. You know, it was a rough weekend. I'm trying to figure out how to.
Now you go ahead.
Yeah,
from rough beaches to rough weekend.
Yeah, we're talking about Texas baseball. You went to the game on Friday,
I went
right?
Saturday too, Yvonne. It was.
Wait, you were there Friday when they won and then Saturday when they lost?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I'll get over it.
Yeah, they had no answer for UTSA.
Yeah, the Roadrunners are good. They beat Texas 3 times this year. year. They beat Texas 9-7 back on Saturday night. Then after the Horns eliminated Kansas State in really a great game yesterday afternoon, they played again last night against UTSA. And those Roadrunners got them again. UTSA beat Texas 7-4, ending the Longhorns season. UTSA advances for the first time to the Super Regional Series. They'll face UCLA. I think that's going to be in Southern California next weekend, which will be fun for UTSA.
So do you think UTSA has a good shot?
If they hit like they hit this weekend against Texas, those guys can really mash.
Yeah.
That's a term for hitting the baseball really well. Mash. They could really mash.
What is MASH short for?
Nothing. It's just like when you mash something, you hit it really hard.
Oh, okay.
UTSA's
Learning
they've won over 40 games. They've got great pitching. They've got really great offensive players. I think they got a chance to make it to Omaha for the very first time this year.
Well, Saturday when you were there and they were losing, when did you know it was like, it's over?
It was pretty early. It was 6-1. Everybody was happy.
Yeah.
I went to get a hot dog. I came back. It was 6-5. I think it's my fault.
I think it's your fault.
I think it's my fault to I eat the hot dog at the wrong time.
That's not good.
No, not a good day. Oh, well, but you know what, Yvonne? The softball team.
They're doing so well.
Other way around, Texas
ladies.
softball on the field in Oklahoma City for the next game of the Women's College World Series in just about, 3.5-4 hours from now.
Yes, so the Longhorns are playing for a spot in the championship series. The Longhorns defeated Oklahoma 4-2 on Saturday. Some good news there. The Horns are 2-0 so far. They're going to be facing Tennessee at 11 o'clock today. And if Texas wins today, Brian, they will advance to the best of 3 championship series for the third time in the last 4 years. Oklahoma and Texas Tech play in the other semifinal. OU has to beat Tech twice to make the championship series.
That's fun. They've had a good run, and they play. This is the key. They're playing their best softball at just the right time.
I know, right?
Right now, they win today. They're in the championships. If they lose today, here's the good news: they get to play again, like literally a doubleheader. Right after that game ends, they get another shot. It's pretty tough, but they can just win the first one and prove who the real UT is.
Yes, absolutely.
Texas versus Tennessee. We'll see.
Told you I lived in Tennessee, and then we had to have. It was like primary color orange.
Yeah, it's not a very pretty orange.
It was a different kind of orange and different kind of UT.
Popsicle orange is what I call it. Now, Texas softball finished runner-up to Oklahoma, you may remember, last year and in 2022. So maybe this year they can get through and win that first ever national championship. I think that this is their year. I just thought this is their year.
That's it. Okay.
It just came to me
Let's
just
hope
now.
for it.
Yep, that was it.
What else is just coming to you right now?
The Final Four. Now, a lot of things come to me, Yvonne, just on the spur of the moment, but today was softball.
Yes.
And how they're going to win the championship.
There we go.
And then it's going to be 150 degrees when they get back to Austin.
I was going to say, let's talk about that forecast, Casey.
Yeah, I like how we're out here now comparing color oranges. Which orange is better? Always burnt orange, right? Always burnt orange. Temperatures right now at the door, low to middle 70s is what we're waking up to. We've got that humidity back up. It's prevented things from cooling down too much. So here we go. Summer-like start for the second day in June. We are heading into the meteorological summer, and yes, we are going to feel like it just in time. Mother Nature is going to be bringing us the heat by the end of this week, and we're also going to be quieting things down. Summertime tends to be hot and drier. We're coming off the spring season, and boy, was last week ending it out with a bang with those rounds of severe thunderstorms that we had. This week, much quieter for the cleanup efforts, but yeah, our heat is going to become the main story here. Looking across the state, we've got some showers now entering into West Texas right now, crossing the Rio Grande, but currently across Central Texas. We are currently dry in most of the Lone Star State, looking pretty quiet. We've got a front that's to the north of us, a warm front that's since lifted back north. You probably felt it yesterday. Yes, yesterday we had a quick rebound back into those middle 90s after a little bit of a cooler day on Saturday. That humidity made a quick comeback as well. Today, we're still to the south side of that warm front, so it's going to be another toasty one, and then our eyes turn to our next weather maker, which is this front currently moving through parts of Utah, Nevada, and North California. This is what's going to be dropping southward and eventually bringing us the return of some showers and storms by Tuesday into Wednesday. It's going to get close enough to provide some lift to get these thunderstorms going by Tuesday night, and Wednesday. Thing is, I don't think this front is going to have enough energy energy to actually clear the area. It's likely going to be stalling near our area and just kind of washing out. So no cool down from that front. We will, however, at least benefit from still some needed rain. And thankfully, our severe chances will be lower than what we had last week. But we still have to watch out for some isolated severe thunderstorms, at least as we head into tomorrow evening. Rain chance wise bumps up to a 20% chance on Tuesday. We'll continue with the chance for some showers and storms Tuesday night. And then a few more spotty showers and storms on Wednesday before those rain chances start to drop off by the end of the week. And the heat will be replacing those chances for showers and storms. As for today, your Monday and whole new work week, and we keep it pretty quiet. Some clouds to start. We'll see the return of quite a bit of sunshine by the afternoon, and then some high clouds start to build in as we head into tonight. Overnight, we keep it dry. Tuesday morning, keeping it dry. Morning commute shouldn't have any issues weather-wise, at least for tomorrow. It's by Tuesday evening, after about 6, 7 o'clock, that we'll see the return of some spotty showers and storms that'll be drifting in from the north. So as that front approaches from the north, so do those showers and storms. Higher chances for anything stronger will be for those areas closest to the front, farther north. So that's going to be for areas like Mason County, Llano County, Burnett County, northern parts of Williamson County. That northern stretch of I-35 is where we have a level 1 out of 5 risk to see some strong severe storms. Hail, damaging winds going to be our primary threat, so 5% chance for some large hail. Those chances are much lower again compared to what we had last week. So still could see some large hail. I just don't think we're going to be looking at the kind of thunderstorms that we had last week, which of course is great news. Damaging winds will be a possibility also for some of those northern zones. Highs today, middle 90s is where we're heading. Overnight tonight, we cool back into middle 70s. So another very muggy start to your Tuesday. Another day featuring highs in the low to middle 90s. That chance for showers and storms after about 6 o'clock for tomorrow. And then we continue to trend up when it comes to the heat for the next several days. Our next main weather feature is going to be this broad area of hot high pressure that starts to build Thursday and continues to build Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's what's going to lead to a drier forecast. But look at how those temperatures crank. 101 degrees by Sunday. I do think we'll get very close to at least tying a record for that day. Grass, quick check out that allergy count. Medium today. Weeds low, oak low, and mold high. 7-day forecast. There are those chances for showers and storms through Wednesday. We're drier for Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be dry as we head into the weekend. 99 on Saturday, 101 degrees for Sunday afternoon.
There it goes. Thank you so much, Casey, and a good Monday morning to you, Central Texas. Thanks for hanging with us this morning. It is 7:39. We are kicking off a brand new week here, and I'll tell you what, things are looking pretty good on my end. Let's take a look at 183 near beautiful Cedar Park today at Lake Creek Parkway. Good morning to you. We are getting by just fine there. Still some lane closures with that ongoing 183 mobility project. You can see we're stuck at a light over here on the frontage road, but overall in the main lanes, looking pretty good out there. And good morning to you out in the Del Valley area. Here's kind of a sleepy look right now at the 130 toll road at Elroy, not too far from Circuit of the Americas. And you can see looking really good out there. And it's always a little bit easier to get around there when we actually have some light coming up to help us see the roads. Still seeing some stop and go, pretty typical there at our northbound lanes. Coming in from South Austin, still no active crashes there. So I'll take that as a victory today. Still seeing, kind of that crawl over Lady Bird Lake as well. And then this is looking a lot better on the northbound lanes on 183 approaching the South Austin terminal. Still have a little bit of debris here and there after just kind of Mother Nature had her way with us last week with the storms moving through. Looking better too in the southbound lanes in Round Rock approaching East Palm Valley. No active crashes there, just kind of your typical slowdowns and really not even that bad, especially compared to earlier for the stretch of Walnut Forest. At one point we had 2 different crashes in that breaker area, so looking a lot better right now. Let's take a look across the rest of the map. I was noticing a little bit of a slowdown coming in from Cedar Creek on El Camino Real approaching the Mustang Ridge area, but even that looks like it's clearing up, so love to see it. Let's take a trip out to the beautiful hill country. Good morning. Looking good. Fredericksburg, Round Mountain, Blanco, moving through Dripping Springs, no issues there, just kind of the ongoing construction that really never seems to end on 290. Also seeing some minor slowdowns coming in from Bastrop, heading towards Wildwood.
All right, a San Antonio High School barbecue team is about to compete in nationals.
Alicia Nieves from our sister station caught a glimpse of their last practice, that's my kind of practice, before heading to Kansas City for the tournament.
These aren't your average pitmasters.
We're caramelizing the onion for grilled cheese.
Barbecue sauce, please. Meet the Night Smokers, Holy Cross's first ever barbecue team.
He came over and said, "Hey, coach, would you like to start up a barbecue team?" I said, Heck yeah. And come August, September, we were up and running from ground zero. We had absolutely nothing.
No culinary program, no experience, just 10 kids, a few smokers,
Don't touch the stuff for it. That's your presentation.
and a coach with old school flavor.
I knew how to cook a sirloin, but that's why I joined the barbecue team because me and my grandfather would cook in the summer.
In their first season, they smoked the competition.
My high school team came out 35th out of 92, and my middle schoolers were grand champions of the middle school division. A lot of our competitors come from culinary schools.
Their state win in Burnet earned them a spot at the High School Barbecue Nationals in Kansas City. Holy Cross will be one of 102 schools competing from across the nation.
Whether we do well or not, people are going to know where we're from and what we're all about.
Their journey was far from easy.
It took a lot of hard work. We had to be here all day. We had to wake up like at 3 in the morning.
These kids juggled football, speech, and band with only 8 practices since they started.
We were taking the steaks out of the marinade.
Still, they crushed it, one juicy bite at a time. The Night Smokers head to Kansas City Monday morning.
We're the first ones from Holy Cross to be up there. Once it hits Wednesday, then we gotta lock into that competition.
I've never been on a plane, so this is my first time, so I'm pretty excited.
Win or lose, this team is walking away with something far more valuable than an award. Life skills, teamwork, and pride in where they come from.
This is a good indicator, we hope, to show people that this little West Side school is capable of doing many, many things.
We're all hungry. All of us are like,
Yeah, just drooling over here.
It teaches the kids to be present too. If you think about it, these days it's like you just got to sit there and babysit for
Yeah.
hours and hours.
And responsibility, 3 a.m. Those are our kind of hours.
That's right. You got to get up early when the smoke is, starting to billow and
Yeah. Right.
filling the air.
And you think about, like, I remember when I was in high school, I mean, my poor parents had to put up with us, like, learning instruments. You get the squeaky violin and, like, the squeaky flute. I feel like it's like, oh, like, the kid wants to practice barbecue. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to use those, like a recorder. When have you used a recorder
That's a good
ever in
point.
your life?
That's a good point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you don't play that very often.
No, but you know how to cook,
Yeah.
and that's like a skill for life.
Right.
What is your go-to order when you go to the barbecue restaurant? What do you get? What's the thing you have to have?
I mean, I just feel like I got to try the brisket anywhere I
brisket,
go. I'm
yeah.
a brisket girl. Yep.
Okay. Do you like lean brisket or do you like the meat, the moist brisket?
Oh, I like the moist.
Yeah, me
I
too.
like it ribs,
Okay.
yeah, and the fat on there. Yeah.
It's got to be ribs, but then I need a side. I need like a mac and cheese or like a corn casserole or potato salad. But I don't want just like all meat. Like I need the
break it up.
balance.
Yeah.
Gotta break it up.
I like a good pulled pork sandwich.
Oh.
Yeah.
Big fan of that, and
Okay.
like with the sides too.
You put the sauce on it? Yes.
There we go. Brian?
Brisket all the way, yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell a person's
I think that's a
skill,
Texas thing.
by
Yeah,
the brisket that they're
yeah.
able to
Yep.
churn out. I like a good
So we're going to Style Switch for lunch.
Yep, okay, let's go, guys. We'll head on over there now.
You know, well, speaking of, we were talking about movies earlier. There's some like different movies we want to watch. It was a big weekend at the movies, but not every new release landed on top. Get ready to head back to the Upside Down.
A preview of the final season of Stranger Things is out. It's coming up later this year. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details in today's Showbiz Wrap.
You study karate or something?
Kung Fu, used to.
The big new release in theaters this weekend, Karate Kid Legends, didn't have quite enough punch to make it to the top of the box office. The sequel, starring Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, was bested by Lilo & Stitch and Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, both in their second weekend of release. Even still, The Karate Kid took home about $21 million, a couple million short of expectations.
Everything.
Netflix is getting ready to go back to the Upside Down one last time. The streamer says season 5 of the hit series Stranger Things will be released in 3 parts starting this November. All of the original actors returning for the final episodes, and Terminator star Linda Hamilton joins the cast as a new character. And happy birthday to Dana Carvey. The SNL alum is turning 70 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News.
All right, sounds good. Speaking of reboots, we're getting our first look at the new version of King of the Hill. great theme song. The familiar theme song plays over a refreshed alley scene while fans get a first look at the grown-up Hill family. The reboot is set to premiere on
Bobby
Hulu
got big.
on August 4th. A sneak peek was shown at the ATX Texas Festival over the weekend. King of the Hill is set in the fictional town of Arlen, Texas. The show originally ran from 1997 until 2010.
Now, some other series are also set to reboot soon. Malcolm in the Middle, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Scrubs. That was popular. So we did some diggings. Why are there so many reboots? Simply put, they're less risky and cheaper to make. Studios facing high production costs these days and inconsistent profits from streaming, they say. Game of Thrones, a good example. The first season averaged $6 million per episode in costs. House of the Dragon, kind of the follow-up, actually it's a prequel more or less, cost about $20 million per episode, 3 times as much. Studios count on audience nostalgia and already established fan base when they have these reboots. That's why there's so many of them. New shows with untested casts and concepts, when they flop, it can be a big loss. So they're trying to hedge their bets. They think you're still going to want to see Malcolm in the Middle. Is he still in the middle? I don't know.
We have no idea where he is.
I mean, I see both sides because I do think we're craving that nostalgia, but I also think we already have expectations. Like if the first series did so well, and if it is a flop,
it's the same. I feel like a lot of people, they watch it, they're like looking for the same kind of thing, like to bring about the same feelings. And sometimes if it flops, and it's like just, I feel like more disappointing that way.
Yeah. Well, also when they're talking about price, is it because they already have like the set? Also, does that lower the price that they already kind of know what the set's going to be like?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
I would assume.
But if it's been that many years, is it just collecting dust and you can just work it back out, I guess? Maybe.
Yeah, just write the scripts. I guess you don't have to go into the whole production of the new storylines and the new things that you're adding to the story.
Scrubs was good. I loved Scrubs.
Yeah. And Buffy, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I didn't watch either one of those.
Oh, you didn't? But I wonder, it's always sad when like someone that you grew up watching now, they're like the grandma, and you're like, what's going on? You know, but I mean, everyone ages.
Yeah,
even Millie Bobby Brown, she's married now.
Well, that's crazy. The fact that I mean, Stranger Things. It's like they're all getting so much older. It's like Harry Potter, and it's like, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna split it into 3 seasons. It's like, no, you guys gotta get done. We gotta get done.
The boys have mustaches,
right?
The boys have kids.
He's got a mustache.
Let's get those released, please.
I think I read
all at once.
a Thanksgiving release, then a Christmas release, and then the finale is going to be New Year's Eve.
Oh,
so you can
and the release
final
are like
episode.
a couple episodes per, right?
Yeah, like 3 and 1.
Cool.
Okay, so holiday viewing, we can do that. That sounds good.
That's right.
Okay.
It's a good series.
Let's talk about some really nice homes for sale here in town that none of us can afford. Actress Emma Stone is selling her Austin home in Terrytown. The home on Rockmore Avenue is listed by Moreland Properties. 7-bedroom. Gosh, it's so pretty. It's on a 1.24 acre lot near Lady Bird Lake, so great location there. According to the Wall Street Journal, the newly renovated property is hitting the market for a crazy stupid love price of $26 million. Stone and her husband originally purchased the home in 2021. It looks cool.
Good for her for quietly moving here, no one knowing. I hope they enjoy their peace, you know?
Yeah.
Who can afford a 20? Do you realize that at about 6% interest, your monthly mortgage would be over $200,000 a month?
Insanity. But she's been in a ton of movies. She's had so much success, you know?
She's the best. She's one of those actresses that you want to be friends with. Like she's just like, I want to be friends with her. You know, she just seems
drink
super
white wine
cool.
with her in that backyard.
Yeah? Well, good luck affording the white wine if you're in that backyard.
She's paying. No,
that's woof. Good for her. Hey, that's awesome. That's a beautiful place. I would love to live there.
I'm sure someone will be able to afford it.
I guess so.
Right?
Maybe we could all pool our money.
I was going to say.
Make it a cake.
It'll be a Daybreak house party all the time.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Every Friday? Okay.
Every Friday.
Count me in.
Australian fitness enthusiast Olivia Vinson shattered the Guinness World Record by completing 7,079 pull-ups in 24 hours. Wow. Go, Olivia. Nearly doubling the previous mark. The 34-year-old took on the challenge after her husband and coach suggested it, though she initially just laughed it off. But look at her go. I mean, dang.
After months of training and recovering from a torn bicep, ouch, Vincent pushed through nausea and fatigue to average 5 pull-ups per minute. She called it a powerful testament to human potential and breaking perceived limits. I would say that's all true.
It's always harder for females, I think, to do like more like the upper body, but then lower body, we can school all you guys.
Yeah.
You can school all of it, though. That's amazing.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
I thought she was holding slices of bread for a second, but I think those are fancy handle holders.
Ah,
yeah.
keep
bread
them slip
I
off.
think you need to eat your breakfast.
I'm like, where's the bread at? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. How many?
I can't do one pull-up.
I was about to say, I don't know that I
5
could
a minute is crazy.
do one.
Yeah, no, those are hard.
How many could you do?
I don't think I could do a lot of pull-ups, but I mean,
Yeah.
leg presses, ooh, we can go to
Big
town.
squatter, are you? Big
Yeah.
squatter?
Yeah, and I like to do a lot.
Yeah.
Big on the
leg days.
I
Who doesn't forget the leg days?
I never
There you go,
skip
leg
leg
day.
days, but I'm
Right.
trying to work on the arms.
Do you remember growing up, though, the fitness class? They would make you do those in front of the whole class, and you're like shaking,
And you're just
trembling.
trying.
Yeah.
that
The push-up test.
That and dodgeball, like, do not embarrass me. I hated dodgeball. I was never chosen, and it was just—it's a mean game. Do you like dodgeball?
Right for the face. That's
I'm
right.
dodge a wrench.
Aim right for the schnoz. Every time you get the ball, you run out.
No, I
Little
never.
girl in the corner crying in the fetal position.
I'm like, just hit me so I can get out. Oh, sorry, gotta go. I wanna
You were
sit
in the
down.
early exit. Is that what it was?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Need to work on your pull-ups, I guess.
Yeah.
A little stronger for the throws out there. Well, that was fun, right, guys? What else? What else do we have? 7,000 pull-ups in 24 hours,
Yeah.
and that's we're not going to ever reach that. So I guess we're done here.
I think we're done. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a mental thing, I guess, right? She just told herself to keep going.
Kept on
And
going.
we're trying to do the same.
Yeah. Should we keep going, or should we just wrap it? Should we wrap it?
I think you know what? Let's just wrap it.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think? All
All we
right.
got.
You know what? Let's take a look at the 7-day.
Yeah. As a producer tells me, let's just pull up the 7-day.
I've got a novel idea,
She's
Casey.
got
More
go-to
pull-ups in her.
weather, yeah. The weather is pulling up here with the heat. We've got those triple digits making a comeback for us as we get into Sunday. Showers and storms for your Tuesday and Wednesday. It won't be much, but a few of us will see some rain, some lightning, and maybe even the chance of seeing some isolated strong to severe storms across our northern zones. But Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we're dry and hot. 99 on Saturday, 101 degrees on Sunday.
It's trending up. Look at there from Thursday to Sunday, from 94 to 101.
We did get
What
a
is
lot.
Monday going to be?
I mean, we know what we signed up for.
Yeah.
We live in Texas.
We got a lot of rain last week. We needed it. Our lawns needed it, so that was good, right?
Yeah. I think we're now kind of settling into that more summertime weather pattern. It's just going to be high pressure, hot. Maybe
Yeah,
dry.
we
We're
just-
creeping into that.
Now we're just like bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon, bring it on. Put your sunscreen
Soaking
on.
it up.
Meteorological summer versus astrological.
Astronomical.
Astronomical. Astrological would be a whole other
Astrology,
thing.
that'd be like zodiac signs.
Yeah, that'd be different.
Astronomy is like
Gotcha.
planets.
That gets so
Gotcha.
complicated.
Need to know what my future is going to be. And I know what my future is going to be. And we're going to be signing off.
Yes, I think so.
Of all the pluses. Daybreak
No more
Plus,
pluses.
KVUE Plus.
Yeah.
I think we've got another quick weather and traffic update coming, though, pretty soon for the TV audience. So if you're on Plus streaming now, you can go back to KVUE and watch the cut-in. It'll be fun.
It will. We'll see you there.
Right, Yvonne?
It'll be amazing. You have a great day, everyone.
Have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Good morning to you. I'm Yvonne Nava. 7:56 is your time. 2 people are dead after a fire at a home in central East Austin overnight. It happened around 1:30 this morning on Pecan Springs Road near East 51st and Springdale Road. Now, Austin fire crews arrived to find 75% of the home engulfed. They were able to crawl through a window and bring one person out. AFD said they don't know the ages of the victims or the cause of their deaths, if they were due to smoke inhalation or maybe just the fire. Investigators are working to determine the cause of the fire. Let's get a check on your morning commute and our forecast and everything. Let's start with the roads, Anna.
Let's do it. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy June. Kicking off a brand new month here. Taking a live look around town today. Still seeing some minor slowdowns out there. We do have a couple crashes, so let's get into it. But other than that, pretty quiet map. So let's deal with that here. Still seeing some slowdowns coming in from South Austin as well as the South Austin terminal today. We do have a new incident out in Kyle. Good morning to you. This is on Whispering Hollow Drive, just east of I-35 near Thicket Lane. Seeing slowdowns there, but pretty clear of the main lanes on I-35 if you're heading up to visit us here in Austin. Looking a lot better in Round Rock. I was noticing some slowdowns southbound approaching East Palm Valley. That looks like it's cleared up. Good morning out to that beautiful Dell Diamond. Looking good today. And also clearing up in Walnut Forest. We had a couple crashes earlier near that breaker area on top of that construction. So looking a lot better as we're starting off our Monday morning commute. And Casey is cranking up the heat whether she likes it or not. Welcome to Texas, honey.
Yeah, here we go. I mean, this week is going to be hotter by the end of it. We're talking about triple digits making a return. Today, in fact, will be hot. We're also dry start, though today will be very quiet weather-wise. We don't have any rain, any thunderstorms in the mix here. Temperatures right now starting off in those middle 70s. Cloudy sky, but sunshine making a comeback by this afternoon as we climb back into those middle 90s today. We will see some showers and storms for Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we're dry and much hotter by the weekend.